Tonight on Q2, unseen dangers. Dozens of Montana bridges are falling apart. But will those much needed repairs actually get done?
There are many factors that we consider when we're prioritizing bridges.
We take to the skies to show you a bird's eye view of the damage. Bridges that thousands of Montanans drive over every day. And it's not just bridges under the big sky that are crumbling.
When you just sort of touch the bottom of this bridge, it just comes apart in your hands.
The alarming findings of a national Scripps investigation now shining a spotlight on this perplexing problem. The MTN News starts right now.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 530 News.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Andrea Lutz, coming to you from Reed Point as we take an in-depth look at the state of our bridges. It was here that back in June, 10 rail cars tumbled into the Yellowstone River, pouring tens of thousands of pounds of asphalt material. Well, this bridge was updated and repaired in just less than a month. But now it's raising questions as to the safety of our bridges. Federal highway officials have deemed 80 bridges in our state deficient. It's an alarming number, so I spent weeks looking into it. And tonight we take you to two of those bridges in our area in desperate need of repair. And the worst part is, you've likely traveled over these bridges, maybe even more than once a day. You likely don't think twice about it.
There's people in the community that'll say, God, that thing's old.
Sure, it may be old, but surely it's safe.
It's dangerous out here.
However, one look at the surface of this bridge from above might make you think again.
I don't think it's the safest bridge around.
And neither does the Federal Highway Administration, putting a handful of bridges in our area on a list deemed structurally flawed. This is one of them. 1,960 cars pass over this bridge every single day here on Shiloh Road and Interstate 90. But it just takes one time passing under it to see the deficiencies that lie in the structure.
And it's kind of scary.
The agency giving this neglected bridge a rating of a 4. Steve Miller is a West End farmer.
We take a lot of heavy equipment over this bridge.
Having just finished up his barley harvest, he's getting ready to move heavy machinery onto another field, traveling this bridge often to do so.
I've rode my four-wheeler over it and I've seen holes in the concrete on top.
Some 36 miles west is another deficient bridge, frequently traveled.
There's a lot of people going through here, and bridges, they need to be structurally sound.
Eric Dye knows that all too well. As a raft guide, he travels the Highway 78 bridge over the Yellowstone River as much as twice a day, with a heavy school bus pulling rafts.
There's lots of big trucks that go over this thing, and you can kind of just hear it, especially when you're underneath this bridge. It's kind of wild floating underneath it, and you hear a big truck go over and just rumbles and goes crazy.
The Federal Highway Administration giving this neglected bridge a rating of a 5. But those with the Montana Department of Transportation say they inspect these neglected bridges routinely.
And there are many factors that we consider when we're prioritizing bridges. The condition of the structure, cost, alternate detour routes, impact to commerce.
So where are these bridges in that lineup? Through a public information request, I learned the last time the Columbus Bridge was rehabbed was 1995, involving the guardrail. There are no active plans to improve this bridge. The Shiloh Bridge was last upgraded in 1973, also the guardrail. MDT says a project to repair the bridge is currently in development, but no construction date set.
But above all, safety is our #1 priority.
It's a hard sell for those like Miller who drive this visibly deteriorating bridge daily.
It'll probably fall down someday.
This as he takes yet another large load of farm equipment over it.
Hopefully I'm not the one going over it when it happens.